What's up? We are back out here in the cold with my winter coat on, and today we are out at the Albella Bargain Store. Now, I came here once about a few months ago, and this place completely surprised me, blew me away. It is a bargain thrift store, collectibles store, flea market, whatever you want to call it. And today we're just gonna see what we can find: video games, action figures, and I'll do some recording to see what we can get. So making my way into the store, you can see a bunch of cases with new toys, old toys, vintage toys, and just a variety of stuff. For example, this case had, Mr. Peanut, McDonald's, and a bunch of frog stuff. I don't even know what the stuff is. You got a case full of cars right here. There's a Kratos life-size bust on top of this case. And this case had a bunch of horror stuff in it. This really interested me. You got Hellraiser, Pennywise, Ghostface. And onto this next case, I spotted a bunch of Michael Jackson figures. Really cool to see that. And then I spotted this Zelda Ganon figure. $80 on that. Wow. In this next case was a bunch of Transformers figures. And here goes a nice layout of the store. You can see a cool giant-sized Jason right there. Really nicely designed. Some Kiss figures. These big Lord of the Rings statues were awesome to see. And then I did spot some more Lord of the Rings statues. I don't really see Lord of the Rings statues and toys and action figures much out in the wild. And they had a whole bunch in this shelf. You've got some anime figures in this case. Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Demon Slayer. Just a wide variety of stuff. Some Gundams. Then a bunch of Dragon Ball Z figures down here. Great prices on those. This was cool to see. A bunch of Michael Myers Halloween masks. Gremlins. You got Frankenstein and Godzilla. This Godzilla section on the bottom was awesome. I don't see a lot of Godzilla figures around as much either, but they are quite expensive, as you can see, in the $40 range. Now here I go, making my way down some of the aisles. You can see that they do still have some of like the old school shelving from stores, I guess. And on the right side, you can see a bunch of DVDs, Blu-rays. I didn't really spend too much time looking into this, but nice to have a section for that. And in the back, it looked like it was just a bunch of junk. I'm not sure if any of this stuff was on sale. Here I go, making my way down these aisles again. Just a bunch of random stuff everywhere, in box, out of box. Then you got this Power Ranger villain for $5. Cool to see. And in this case, here goes your Ninja Turtle figures. Just all sorts. Not sure what that thing is. Looks like some villains. It's just the whole Ninja Turtles universe. And in this case, looked like some more higher end figures, bigger figures, DC, Star Wars. I definitely thought about grabbing some of these, but way out of my price range. And now moving on to the video games. First thing I spotted was this awesome Warthog Halo figure. And they really did have just a huge selection of video games, which is surprising to see. Kind of just spent some time looking through what interested me. And then I did spot Evil Dead, which definitely looked interesting. And that Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Look at this gold hard drive for Xbox 360. Moving on to the PlayStation 4 section. Again, just a huge variety of games. And they were all decently priced. Had a small PlayStation 1 selection too. They had a decent PlayStation 3 collection too. And this Ellie figure definitely caught my eye. The Last of Us Part 2. Must have been from a collector's box or something. Kind of just scanning through anything interesting, anything that I could find for a very low price. They had a bunch of Call of Duty Ghost games, Call of Duty Black Ops, a lot of duplicates. And here's the PlayStation 2 selection. Bunch of great games in here as well. I've got a huge PlayStation 2 collection, so I try not to grab as many nowadays. Not sure what this is. VCR, DVD. Must be like a switch, control switch or something. Moving on to this case. This top shelf had some Dreamcast games and some Sega Genesis. I really don't collect a lot of Sega Genesis, but still nice to see. And this was the selection for the Nintendo 64. That Perfect Dark game for $13 definitely is a good price for that. And the Super Nintendo selection, some very cheap games you can see. And the NES. This next shelf had some Wii U and Wii games along with some DS. Some figures right here. Look at that Mewtwo. And some Switch games. Just a small selection for that though. They had a bunch of Wii games, but more just shovelware. Same with the DS. And below that was the GameCube section. Again, not too many games. I wouldn't expect a store like this to have a lot of GameCube games. But still, Mario Kart, awesome game. They actually had a Pokemon Coliseum. I was debating on getting this because I do have an extra cover. And below this was Ultimate Muscle. I remember this game so much too. But $100 is way above my price range. So I'm looking to get the DBZ Sagas and the Evil Dead.
Which game did you want?
This Turok game back there.
Alright.
And then I think that'll be good.
This is $11.99 this game.
Okay, I'll take that.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
And then I'll get this Legolas. That one.
Yep.
Actually, I might get some more too.
Did you see I have more on the other side too, yes?
Lord of the Rings.
Next. This
Yeah. Yeah, those are kind of like the bigger ones I see, right? But I might get, can I get this one? Do you know if he's supposed to be, oh yeah.
If he's what?
Yeah, I'll probably get that one. This Batman guy right here.
Alright.
Alright, so we are back at home now, and this is what I was able to pick up from the store. I wish that I could have recorded some of the conversations I had with the owner. He is a really great person. He understands everything about what he does, very knowledgeable about all the items in the store. And one of the things that he was explaining to me about the store was that the key to actually getting a lot of customers and people that want to come is variety, and having a lot of variety in the store. makes it much better and more appealing to customers. And one of the things that really caught my attention going into the store was not the fact that he sold anime figures, superhero, Marvel, DC characters, things like that, but the fact that he had a lot of horror genre in the store. And so I'm a big fan of the horror genre, and as you can see, you know, with Leatherface, with, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, with Friday the 13th, all of that is something that really catches my eye and is something that I don't really see often in stores. So to start things off, I got to pick up some Lord of the Rings figures, which, you know, I don't really find this stuff a lot, and so I want to kind of add that to my collection over here. I got Boromir.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. It's black gates.
Which is, you know, a popular favorite of a lot of fans. A really cool one to pick up. I got Legolas, the almighty archer that, you know, is so popular amongst all the people, all the Lord of the Rings movies. How could you hate this guy, right? The next thing I picked up was this Batman. It was, what, $8? I'm a big fan of the Batman world, and I actually was able to find some games that I did want. To start off, I got some original Xbox games. I'm starting to really build up the original Xbox collection. Maybe one day I do go for the whole set. I don't actually know how many games there are, but the first game is Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
Mission complete! You found all 7 Dragon Balls!
Which I got for around $11. And this was a really fun game because it, you know, I rented this at, you know, Blockbuster and played it with my brothers. And so it was a 2-player Dragon Ball Z adventure game that it got a lot of criticism, bad criticism, but to me, like, I really loved this game and enjoyed playing it as a kid. The next game is Evil Dead. I know it's a horror game, horror genre, but I actually have not seen the movies. I want to, but I actually just picked this game up on the Xbox One as well. So cool that this franchise is still, you know, alive and making stuff. And then I picked up this Turok game. I got the other Turok game that's a black cartridge, but I don't have this one. And that's pretty much everything that I was able to get. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do live in the Milwaukee area, please check out the Albella Bargain Store. It's a hidden gem in the city. So thank you guys all for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I will do more of these hunting videos again. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.